What is going on, guys? It's No Friggin' Ish, and today we're doing another Tanking 101 video. Today I'm going to make a video on mediums. Hopefully I'm going to keep doing videos on each different kind of tank, but we're starting with mediums. I have a large selection of mediums going everywhere from a tier 4 medium all the way up to the tier 9 T54 medium. I have a lot of premiums and a couple that are not premium. So I'm just going to play some of these tanks. I'm going to talk about the strategy on how you play the tanks and how these tanks differ from all the three other different tanks that are in this game. I believe that mediums are probably somewhere between. You can either start with mediums or you can start with. That's not a good way of putting it, actually. Mediums are a really unique tank. This is better. Unique tank because you're able to change the game, I guess, just in the blink of an eye. Whereas with other tanks, like a tank destroyer, you really have to pre-plan everything that you're going to do in the game if you want to play well. Whereas in a medium, it's really flexible with what you can do. I'll give an example. For example, if I'm in my Jaeger and I'm driving around, I'm going brum brum. At the beginning of the game in a Jaeger, if I'm playing on, say, Desert Sands or something, I want to be able to plan out where I'm going to sit, which direction I'm going to go, all that stuff. The difference between that and a medium tank is that with a medium tank, for example, the Comet, you can go one way. For example, if you went on Falls Creek, if you went to the bridge side with a medium on the old Falls Creek. I've been playing this game a while, sorry. On the old Falls Creek, if you went to the bridge side with this medium, then you basically, if all the other team went to the other side, you'd be able to change the style of the game and maybe backtrack a little bit, hide behind a hill, or go all the way around and flank them. That can't be done in heavies, tank destroyers. Well, it can be done in light tanks. Light tanks are pretty similar to mediums. But with a medium, you do actually have more hit points and armor. So basically, mediums are this really unique in between everything. Somewhere where it's not a light tank, it doesn't have no armor. It's not a tank destroyer, it doesn't have super good gunpowder. And it's not a heavy, it doesn't have super good armor. So it's somewhere in between where it has an alright gun, it has alright armor, and it has what would you call not great armor as well. So you can use that to your advantage. It's also very fast. So taking all that to consideration, we're going to look at the first tank we're going to look at is I'm trying to think of a really good overall example. I think the Comet is literally the best medium I can think of. When I think medium, I think Comet. So let's go into the Comet's stats. As you can see, it has 1,200 hit points for tier 7. That's it's pretty good. It's not terrible. Its armor is not amazing. It has 76 frontal, 43 side, and 32 at the back. However, as you can see, the turret armor, the front has 111. So that is a really good turret armor. The thing with most mediums, you really want to use the turret to your advantage, especially with some of these curved turret tanks like this tank and the T54. You want to use that frontal turret armor to your advantage because that is how you win games. As you can see, turret armor for the T54 is 200 at the front, which is higher than all the other stats. So especially with the Comet, you want to use that turret armor to your advantage. I have been able to side scrape in this. If you don't know how to side scrape, make sure to check out our side scraping tanking 101 video that I put up a couple weeks ago. But you really want to use the turret armor to your advantage. That's the best way to play a medium. What are some other things to list out? As you can see, for most of my mediums, I always do, actually for all my tanks, I do the multi-purpose restoration pack. It just gives you a lot of flexibility on what you can repair. Next, I do adrenaline. That can be switched out with the engine boost, but in reality, the engine boost is probably best saved for the light tanks because those are the kind of tanks you want to speed up somewhere and hold down a position. With mediums, you kind of want the adrenaline so that if you get into a situation where you're 1v1ing another medium in order to take a flank, you want to be able to outgun them. And that adrenaline gives you that 20% extra reload time, 20% advantage against the other medium. So you want to use that. Tracks is also just because if you get tracked when you're trying to run across, for example, if you're hiding behind one dune in Mirage and you want to get behind another one to take an advantage, and as you're running across, you get spotted and tracked, you want to be able to repair that immediately, but not have to use your whole restoration pack just in case you get, like, I don't know, your aim rack damage or something. So that's really the setup I use for most of my mediums, I think. Yeah, same thing there, except I have the Adren. I don't know why I did that. Same thing for the T-54, Rudy, same thing, except it's flipped around for some reason. Same thing for that. So that's really my medium setup for this tank. Alright, so let's go into the shells I use next. So generally with mediums, you don't want to have a ton of HE. You don't really need it for anything. In general, mediums don't have great penetration, so you don't really want to be firing HE against anything. I load 3, which is a good number, because if I'm up against something like the new, or not new anymore, but what used to be new, the Grilly 15 line, then you want to be able to fire some HE at that, because that'll do more damage. However, generally speaking, mediums are more AP and APCR based. APCR is really key for most of the mediums in some lines. For example, if you go down the T-54 line, this thing is nicknamed the Heat 54. As you can see, I have only 10 loaded. Most people actually load anywhere between 10 and 20 HE on this thing. I just find that I don't really need the 20 heat, or sorry, not HE, heat. I don't really need 20 heat on that, just because I find I get away with using AP most of the time, and I don't really want to spend all those credits on it. So yeah, but with a normal medium, you want to be loading quite a lot of APCR or heat, just because if you think about it, it's like I said, it's in the middle of everywhere a medium is. It's not great armor, it's not great gun, doesn't have great penetration, but it's pretty good. So you basically, if you're up against a heavy, like if I'm in this and I'm up against a tier 8 heavy like the IS-3 Defender, I won't be able to penetrate him very well from the front, so I want to have that APCR so I can pop out, take the shot, and actually do damage. But then again, most of the time in this tank, in your tank, you're going to go up against tanks at the exact same tier, so the 10 APCR is really just a safety net as well. I don't want to have 5, because if I had 5, I would run out of it and I wouldn't be able to do anything. If I had like 20, I'd be wasting it, because I don't actually need that much APCR. So I would keep most of my ammo on the AP side, armor piercing, and then the armor piercing composite rigid, I just keep around 10. So that's a pretty good rule for mediums, is you want to have quite a significant amount of APCR, because you want to be able to penetrate the tanks that are higher tier, and also tanks that are heavies, and tanks maybe that have better frontal armor, and RTs. So that's my general setup for the medium. You'll find that in most tanks. I'll keep 10 APCR. As you can see, actually it's pretty close. I'd keep 15 on that for some reason. I don't know why. I haven't played it in a while. But 10 APCR is pretty general, or pretty standard for me. I don't know why I don't have equipment on here, but let's set some of that up. So this is all the equipment that you have. If you're new to the game, you might be really overwhelmed by all this, but let's just get into some of the more medium-based things. So these, not that one, these 3 at the bottom here are generally better for mediums. This one especially specifically based on mediums. It gives you better accuracy when you're moving. So if you're driving around and circling a tank, you want to be able to hit more accurately. So I'm going to buy that. That's what I want. That's more, these 2 here are more sniper based. These 3 here, those are more, not sniper, what do you call that? Freaking, oh god, I'm such an idiot. What is that tank called? Tank destroyer. These are more tank destroyer things. These 2 are pretty general. That helps. That actually, I find that good on mediums, especially if I want to side scrape. It helps people from not firing HEs, the explosions. it takes down the penetration that they will get and the likeliness that they'll penetrate on a side scrape. Suspension, that's if you're driving around fast. That's better for light tanks. This is generally if you I really don't use that. I should use that for my T-54 and for maybe my Type 59 because those things have massive ammo racks, and they get ammo racked all the time. Fuel tank durability, I don't really find a necessity for that because I just use the repair kits. 5% crew skill, don't really find I need it. This is loading time, that's really good for TDs as well. But yeah, these three are generally the medium things. So aiming speed, that's also TD. I don't really need that for the Comet because I know it's already great. So I'm going to buy those three. As you can see, it's really expensive to get some of this equipment. That's why I also don't load provisions. I'm finding that you really don't want to load provisions on your tanks. It's just honestly, I don't find it's very helpful. It gives you an engine boost maybe, it makes you a little bit faster. But to be honest, I have 100% crew on this. I know how to play the tank. I don't really need that extra help from provisions. Also, you have to pay those back every single game. So I really don't find those are necessary for a lot of tanks. You'll see I actually don't load it on almost any tank, just because I don't need it. So that's the setup for the Comet. I know that took a while. Let's get into the gameplay now for the Comet. I haven't played WoT in a while, so be prepared for some shitty gameplay. But yeah, alright, here's the first live gameplay. Okay, first thing we see is that we're in the exact same game we have, or in a equal tiered game, I guess you would call it. We're playing on Castilla, so we have to all go left because that's where we want our team to go. We do not want them to go right, even though it's going to look like we're going right to begin with. We don't want them to go right, so I'm going to try block some of my teammates, even though it might look like a dick move. I'm going to try block some of my teammates because that will mean that they don't go the wrong way. So 3, 2, 1, block, put it down right there. 144, 157. My ping isn't great either. Let's turn around, please. T110E3. They have changed the game graphics on this a little bit, which is interesting. That E3. Wait, what the hell is that? A premium? That must be the new Pershing. Jagdpanther thinks he knows what he's doing. All right, we're just gonna let him do his thing. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get better ping. I might though. So I'm gonna do that and refresh my internets. Wow, that's great. 200, 300, hopefully that'll drop down again. Nope, I made it worse, great. Alright, we're going to go around here. This is my general medium spot for this map because I find it is quite a good spot to get looks on the other team. If I had better ping, I'd be able to drive better, but we have to deal with the 100, 200 ping. That's the reason I haven't been playing a lot of WoT recently, is because my internet is just broken, and so I can't be bothered to freaking just go through games and get roasted by the other team. So it looks like their whole team went the other way, other than these two KB3s. Our 3485 pushed up. He hasn't spotted anybody. Their mediums are obviously flanking, and they are a team of mediums. So we really have to take out this KB3 pair here really fast. As you can see, I know that part of the tank is vulnerable. I'm just going to keep reloading. Try to take out this guy as fast as I can. Maybe get a quick ammo rack, that'd be pretty sick. But I have a feeling I'm not gonna hit the ammo rack. Nope. Alright. Fine. Alright, so just like that, we've taken out 2 of their tanks. And now all their other tanks are getting spotted on the other side. Our E3 didn't listen to me, and he spawned in late, so he got roasted. There's now a Spa Panzer who just killed our tank. I believe they're all sitting up on the hill up here. Oh my god, kill yourself. The Spa Panzer might be camping back there, but we have to deal with this Comet and this group of mediums because that is the most important thing. We can't let these mediums take over our game, which is what happens in a lot of games actually. Oh wow, nice job, Jagdpanther. Rest in peace, bro. Alright, let's get some shots on you. Oh, that would have been a nice ammo rack. Yeah, it looks like the Spa-Panzer is definitely camping. Great 400 ping. Thought I was backing up, but apparently not. You can Kais, Mr. Spa-Panzer. That's why I used the tracks. As you can see, I got tracked there. I would have gotten roasted. This is what I'm talking about. You can change positioning really fast in medium. This Comet pushed, so I'm going to come help my team get rid of him fast. Perfect. 2 kills with the lag. I love it. I might not make this video very long because it is really annoying me, this lag. That's a risky position. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cap. We are up players. They can try and kill us, but I have a feeling they're just going to try and sit back there until the last minute. No, cap the base. At the moment, our best decision is definitely to sit here and cap the base. I'm going to let the KB3 go out there. This is a good spot for me because I know if they try shoot me, all they're going to see is this turret. Oh, hello, Spapanza. Loading HE for you. Boop. Do that 174 damage. Hello, mate. I missed my shot. No, KV. Piss off. So this Spapanza thinks he can 1v1, so I'm going to try and not. I'm really bad right now with this freaking lag. Alright, there we go. So there are a couple people left. One's a Cheeto. I'm going to eat him up. Hum nom 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 nom. One's a VK. Looks like he has a Dren on. And he's going to try and push down and get a kill. So I'm going to back up to a spot where I'm safer. And he gets roasted. One more kill and I get the top gun. I just got spotted. Now I'm nervous AF. So I'm going to try to reposition so I'm not in a bad spot. I'm feeling the Cheeto is going to come over here and try and shit me up. No, lag, stop. Jesus Christ. Alright, cover left. Yeah, really? Do you though? I have a feeling the Cheeto's just not going to make it in time to kill himself. Yep, 95. We just won the game, so GG. So that's basically how you play medium. I really can't be bothered to play more games because my internet is so shit right now. I'm really sorry about that. But the general idea behind playing a medium is you want to be able to get a good hold down spot at the beginning of the game or get a good spot where you can use your turret. Another key thing is you want to wiggle. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Screw it. We're going to make a training room. And I'm just going to show you how to play a freaking game because I can't be bothered. Random map. Now let's do, what's a good overall map? Rockfield can be good. So we're going to ready up, we're going to battle. Alright, so here's the first little info training room. I have a feeling I'll only have to do one of these. So you saw me play a live game back there, but I'm just going to show some of the strats, the strategies that I use and some of the techniques that I use to play mediums in general. So first you have to know your medium. I know the Comet has a bad side armor and bad body armor. So I want to use my turret as much as I can. I want to try to keep my side angled so I don't get smashed. So on this map especially, no matter which side you go, you want to find a nice little hill or rock to hide behind. I know this map and I know there's a hill right here that I can go hull down on. My gun depression is good enough so I can come here, line myself up. Their team will push over here. I want to come up here and go like this, pop over, and I'll be able to see their team. And all they'll be able to see is the front of my tank and my turret. And if any of them get spotted, I back up, look where they're aiming. If I see they're aiming to my teammates over here, I go push up, shoot the side of them, and then back up. That's the general way you want to play a medium at the beginning of the game. However, as the game changes, like I was saying, some of their team might start pushing up over here. You might realize that you're by yourself or that you have only a couple teammates left. If one of your, like, I don't know, if there's one guy over here who's on low HP and pushing, you might want to say, hey, this is not a good spot for me anymore. Even though I'm leaving my teammates behind, I don't want to be in a position where I basically lose the game. Because if they push and they kill your friend over here, there's no point in you sitting over here and trying to help him. It is kind of sacrificing your teammate, but you want to be in a spot where you are in control of the game. If I am not in control of the game over there, I do not want to be there. So I'm going to push over here now. Just doing this one simple maneuver and now getting away from them and repositioning allows me to take control. So now anybody who comes over here, I have complete shots on them. It's going to take them a while to get to me. So if I find that they're actually pushing still and they're going to try push on me, I'm going to back up to the next spot. And you want to time your retreats. It's basically strategic retreats. And I know that might sound like, I don't know, cowardly or something like that, but that is literally how you win this game is being strategic like that. Now, if I know they were pushing down over there, I want to push all the way over onto this side, possibly, get a better position. Now I have a shot down this alley, see if anybody's coming down there. If someone gets spotted, I shoot them. If they keep going down, then I just back up over here. Every time I shoot somebody, I know I get spotted, so I want to keep moving. That's the biggest advantage in a medium, is that you have your maneuverability. If I was up against a heavy tank and they were right here against me, for example, new game situation. If I was up against a heavy tank, all my teammates just died. However, they managed to kill off the rest of the enemy team. There was just one full health heavy here. Even if I was on low HP, or even if I was on full HP, I don't want to really risk my my HP. I want to be able to have the advantage on him. So if he starts pushing because he knows he has good armor, I can play this little hill here. So he can try and push around there. If he decides to try push on me here, then I'll take that advantage and try to push around this corner and back up. Because the more distance I put between us, the better it is for me. Especially if it had 3.5 minutes left in the game, it's even better for me because I can push all the way back here. He's still trying to find me over there. He's super slow, so I know he won't have shots on me for a while. It's a bit risky, but I come up here. Now, not only do I have the high ground on him, but I have way better chance of winning the 1v1 because I know that he won't be able to see me until I've already shot him. So if, for example, he was trying to find me over there, he pops out here and makes a mistake of maybe shooting on accident and gets spotted, I can take a shot, pop back. He may or may not see me. If I'm not spotted, then I can just keep taking shots at him, especially with this insane reload. Look at that. He's just sitting there. I aim for his tracks, track him. Even if I get 1 or 2 shots into him, that's 1 or 2 shots that I have on him already, which means that I have the advantage. I have more hit points, and if it does come down to me circling him or me just sitting in front of him and waiting, I will have the better DPM, and I will, or not the better DPM, but I will have a better chance of winning. At that point, that's when you load APCR and try and just pen your shots. So yeah, that's basically how you want to play a medium in a clutch situation. You want to be able to, pull out the win for your team, even if it's a 1v2 or actually in a 1v5. If you watch some of the insane battle replays that we have a playlist of them. You'll see that in some of them it's like a 1v5, 1v4, and the only reason that we are almost able to pull it out or actually pull it out is because we make strategic retreats. We use the terrain to our advantage, and we try and find a better spot to shoot the enemy team. Yeah, so I play all my tanks actually really conservatively. I guess this can be a last point. A last point on mediums. Mediums are a low armor, high reload, medium damage tank, I guess you could put it. They have speed, which you need to use to your advantage. They have a turret traverse that's quite good, and so yeah, you have to use those things to your advantage. So if that means circling a tank, if that means repositioning yourself so that you can get better shots on the enemy team, whatever it means to you, you have to use the tank to its advantages. You can't be playing a medium tank like a tank destroyer and sniping at the back of the map like I've seen people do. Or you can't be playing it like a heavy and pushing on everybody and trying to side scrape in some mediums. You want to play a medium tank by popping out, shooting, and pushing back, and then repositioning if they do have shots on you. Because a lot of the time, that's the only way you can win or help your team to win in a medium. Because if you're just sitting here like this, there's a tank right here, and you shoot him and push back. Even if you push back forwards here, you're risking getting shot. And even if, I don't know, there might be an odd that he'll hit a rock with RNG or something and he'll miss. But you really, in a situation like this, you want to push forward, take a shot, push back, and then if he's still aiming at you when you are reloaded, then you go, okay, I'm going to get unspotted. After you wait a couple seconds, then you push back over on the other side, and then once you push over this hill, you have his side armor because he thinks that you're going to pop out that same spot. So you need to play mediums smart, you need to play them conservatively, and you really need to conserve your hit points. I find that really frustrating with other teams, is that they will just push out and kill themselves because they think they're invulnerable and that they can just, not die. So that's what you need to do. Play conservatively. Take the tips that I've given you this game. Load the right amount of ammunition. Make sure that you have the right consumables. Make sure that you're ready for the game. Make sure that you reposition yourself. The biggest thing, honestly, that I want people to learn from this video is that you need to reposition yourself in your medium tank. It's the biggest thing about mediums, is that you have the advantage to shoot somebody from one spot and then reposition to another spot around a hill, for example, and shoot from the other spot. And that completely takes your enemy off guard, because if I'm a tank destroyer and I'm having to aim one spot or the other spot, I've turned my tank, and when you turn your tank destroyer or any tank, it makes the gun dispersion way bigger, and it makes them rethink and have to re-aim in and take that shot. So it really just makes your game play a lot better if you reposition and try and, give your enemy the jukes by hiding behind things and repositioning and hiding and going back. Honestly, watch some of the insane battle replays that we have on this channel. Kim Jong Spoon has a couple that he posted recently. One of them on Canal was really good, because you can see he repositions himself and gets a better angle on the enemy and almost wins a 1v5 if time hadn't run out. So yeah, play the tank to what the tank's advantages are. Check out Relative Decay's channel. He posts a bunch of different games. It's super cool. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for more awesome tank.